It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detecting Show, and me and Adrian are sending each other private messages. Good evening, my friend.
No, not. Evening,
Good
dear.
evening, darling. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine, but you poor soul, I didn't realise you've got a bad leg.
Yes, I've also got a chest infection. I'm on antibiotics for that. That. And Dave's microphone issues. What microphone issues? The fact that I can't talk most of the time. Anyway, yes, and I've also got suspected DVT in my leg, and I've got anti-blood coagulants and such like going on, and I've got a blood test tomorrow.
But we all
I haven't had one of them before. I have to have a bit of sorry, what?
We all go metal detecting. We kneel down in the field. We could catch many diseases and bugs from the soil. I'm trying to think of the most common one. Someone will put it in the chat. And you, David, didn't get it from detecting, did you? How did you get it, David?
I knelt on the stairs, and there was a zip there, and I knelt on the zip. It's the way it goes, man.
Sad, isn't it? That's the sort of thing, like, you live your whole life not having any accidents, and then one day you fall downstairs and break your neck in your pants. Dirty ones. No. But I hope you sent me a picture and it looks awful, so I hope that heals up and you get better, dear.
I'll be
because you need to get out in the field. Yeah.
Well, I was out on Friday with the boy Holdcroft, and that was well. I say it was delightful. We were absolutely sodden, and I mean sodden. It was biblical, the rain, and sodden. But yeah, we enjoyed it. Found loads of things. I you know how often I say I'm desperate to find a crotal bell, and I've never come close. I actually had 2 parts of 2 different crotal bells, which were very, very, very unexpected. So yes, thoroughly enjoyed ourselves.
Well done, dear. Well done, dear.
Some of the bits and bobs I showed you before. I've got a lovely. Am I right in saying it's called a?
Oh, is that my internet or your internet? I don't know. Is it me who's frozen or is it Dave? Let me check my internet. I think Dave, you've frozen. Yes. Anyway, Dave is going. Yes, we've lost Dave. Thank you, Owen and Philip and everyone else. So Dave found a crotal bell and he found a spade buckle, which is quite nice. And he's never found one before. But I haven't got. He's back. No, he's not.
I am.
You froze. You froze.
Sorry, my internet connection went down for a moment. I do apologise.
That's a problem with dial-up. But you found a nice spade buckle, which was very nice, didn't you?
Yes, it's. Let me just. I've just been actually giving it a bit of a Graham Dempsey, to be honest. I was waiting for you to join me a little bit earlier. It's nothing to most people at all, but I'll be honest with you, it's something I haven't found before, so I found it quite delightful. It's better like that, isn't it? Actually, is that better?
Yeah,
it's got some nice pockets on it, isn't it?
They were a common buckle in the 1980s on Levi jeans, I think, or Kiku jeans.
And then I don't know if you heard me before. My internet connection went pating. I found I've moaned about not having. That's not it, is it? You blurt, or is it? That's not it. I don't know what that is. 2 parts of crotal bell. There it is. Crotal bells as well. A little bit there. Little bit there. 2 bits of crotal bells.
Well done, dear.
Big buckle. Levi jeans. Yeah, so I mean, we were sodden, but
But you had your Equinox, which
beautiful.
is nice and waterproof, and you don't have to worry about a cover like you did on your Vanquish.
So, however, the sodding, I'm going to have to speak to the provider of the prize, the company that sent it, because the sodding earphones are a bag of crap. The first time we tried pairing them, we didn't pair properly. The second time we actually got them to pair, and within 2 hours, they'd gone. It's supposed to be more than 2 hours, and I've charged them magnificently.
What type of lead are you using? Are you using the one MindLab gave you? No. You're using one from a 1987 Nokia, aren't you?
Yes. Really?
No. Yeah. Same as the Deus. You've got to make sure you use a lot of machines. Make sure you use the right lead.
Really?
Yeah.
I just thought
it just can cause. There's sometimes jiggery pokery, witchcraft in the electronics of things, and try and use the original. Because if you contacted MindLab and said, "Oh no," they'll say straight away, "Did you use our lead?" And you'll go, "No, I used it off a Nokia 3310."
Being me, would you expect anything else?
Well, it could have been solar powered charger thing.
And let's be honest, how many other people are in the chat room who won't admit it, but have probably done something not dissimilar?
Yeah, it's always best to use the right lead. I went out Sunday with my friend James with the Manticore and went on it's like the 3rd goldfield. We've got a goldfield which James has just been seeded, and we've got a lovely farmer who lets us go on it in the early stages. So the goldfield is ready to go on. But we went out and found, a few bits. James found a fresh potin still on the strip, and that was nice.
Yeah, I've actually just had to ask you what a potin is. I thought it was Irish whiskey made from potatoes. So for those of you like me who didn't know, what's potin?
Who can say it in the chat rather than me? Go on.
Okay.
Who knows?
What's a potin?
Philip Wills, the quickest one, I reckon.
No, it's got to be cookie. Cookie, yum, yum.
Oh, Gary, a university challenge, I wish. Well done,
it's a
Gary.
Celtic coin. It was Gary,
yes,
told you.
Yes, and it was a fresh one, and he thought it was a button at first. He said, no, it's a potin, and it was on the metal strip where they used to snap them off. So he was chuffed, And then he found some other bits, and I can't remember what I found. Buckles and things and worn coins.
It gets better for James though, doesn't it? It gets equally
and then his girlfriend's not been well, so he has got a girlfriend. James likes girls, and he went back to the car, and as he went back, he kindly put 12 cans of Madry under my front wheel because he bought me some beer, and he was mincing about round the car, with his detector digging. I thought, what's that? And then he drives off, and then he phones me. He goes, "Oh, I just thought I'd let you know. I've just found a Bronze Age axe head near the gate where we went in." I was like, and he found a lovely little Bronze Age axe head. But he did have the CTX, so I think that's why he went early, because he was a bit aching on the arm. But yeah, had a nice day. So, and I don't think I've told you this. He nailed a permission for us, which is very rare in our hobby. We've got a permission from a council to detect on some fields that belong to them.
Yeah, you mentioned that the other week, and obviously I'm not going to ask the when's, where's, and whereabouts, but what did he actually communicate with the council to apply to get that?
They brought it up in their meeting, and it's not my parish council. I wish it was. I should try actually, but they brought it up in the meeting and asked for all the certain documents and forms, and I said, James, they're not going to let us on because they're to us. To them, we're pesky varmints. And they said, well, providing they follow the NCMD code of conduct, which they Googled and found out, and we don't scare any birds, and we're allowed on. So we got permission on quite a few fields now.
James definitely couldn't scare any birds.
When he's had a couple of sherries, he gets a bit funny. Gary tried calling me. Sorry, I forgot my phone yesterday at work. Gary, sorry. Message me. That's always I get that.
I can confirm that because I tried ringing him as well.
What, yesterday?
No, I'm just lying.
Oh I left my phone.
I was covering for you.
It was the housing manager's birthday day before yesterday. We had quite a lot to drink, and I've got loads of bottles of drink left over. And nice, look at that, Chateauneuf de Pape. It's got.
Is it pap?
No, it's got plums, truffles, and spice. That was close.
Did you get that picture I sent you of what I was drinking at the weekend?
Yes, rhubarb and
rhubarb Streisand by Brewdog. Rhubarb milkshake pale ale. Oh my God, Adrian! Honestly, people would even people who drink lager, they were like, "Oh my God, that's so nice." 5.5. It was dangerous.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say good about that is it tastes as good coming up as it does going down. If that's that nice, you end up drinking like 6 pints and then, or 7 or 8 or 9. But yeah, Gary, RCM stuff to talk about. That's good. I'll give you a call tomorrow, I think, before I go to the brewery in the afternoon. But yeah, it's been a busy week as well because Digger Dawn has just come back, hasn't she, from Texas?
Yes, hopefully she'll be on the show next week to tell us all about her experience at the Garrett Memorial Rally, plus other little trips and meeting up with folk.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. How I bet they were like constantly on her. What's the oldest coin? Oh, I was going to do an Australian American accent. What's the oldest thing you found? What do you find in England? Blah blah blah. Because bless them, they don't find much, do they? So I reckon she was constantly bombarded.
And could they understand her?
Yes. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
I won't tell you what somebody who Luke and I previously assisted on a podcast called her. She's still very offended by that.
Okay.
I'll put it in a private. I'll put it in a private chat.
Philip Wills has been blocked from the Facebook page, and there isn't the newsletter goes out every month, Philip. So
no, he's not on about ours. He's on about the when we have guests on the show, we can't obviously speak for them. We can't do anything to do with them. Anything that goes on between yourselves and them is between. We just bring people onto the show, sadly, and anything that goes thereafter is not. A disclaimer is on it, isn't it, Adrian? Trying to be nice.
Yeah. We don't want to junk mail people.
Matthew Kent is 2 years behind on the podcast. Did Dave get the Orcs? No, didn't Dave get the Orcs. Dave upgraded to a Vanquish, and then he won an Equinox 800 a couple of weeks ago.
And he did have a Quest Q30 in between, but he couldn't work out how to use it.
Stupid noises.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's interesting.
What's not interesting?
I haven't got it yet, and I don't want it yet, but I spoke to Dilek the other week, which will be in Treasure Hunting magazine next month, an interview with Dilek, where she spoke about some interesting things about Nocta.
And she'll be coming on a show soon.
Yes. And the new Simplexes, I've got to ask if they've got the option of changing the tones, like the Legend, because it did put a lot of people off. I forgot to ask her that.
That was actually very good then.
Yeah, lovely sounds on the Q30. I agree, Stephen Brame. Dave's just got. He's got something about Mary, the film, if those who've watched it, Mary's brother who has to wear headphones. Dave's like that. He has hearing problems. Q30, yeah, it's good. It's sharp, I'd say. Tones, Dave.
Have you got a Michael J. Flock's Back to the Future Part 2 life jacket on there? See, we've got like hoodies and all sorts going on.
This is I was cold, so I just put it on. It's a gilet.
It's not cold in the studio, mate. They put all the heaters on for us.
Yeah, but the producer, I'm near the door. I always need to be near the door because in case
because you're older and you need to wait.
Christmas. Yeah. Sorry, Stephen Brame and the pinpoint. Yeah, pinpointing is spot on with the Quest.
And Matthew, I will be starting to upload the audio files back to the Big Detecting Show podcast. I stopped for a while because it was costing us a lot of money, but I found a workaround in the last couple of weeks. So we'll be having the show, the visual show that you see here now, will be ripped and put into an audio version coming very soon when I have 5 minutes.
Yes, that would be quite nice, David. So Dawn will be on next week talking about Texas, and that'll be
chainsaw massacres and such like.
Yes, and the other thing, Cleethorpes Beach, that's all kicked off, isn't it?
Yes, it has. Fantastic Banksy drawing there.
Banks-ish.
Banksy-esque.
Yeah, Banksy-esque. But I think there's a petition to sign, and those who aren't aware of it, it's on change.org. Just type in Cleethorpes metal detecting, and there's a Dave posted actually on
RKMD Mag and the Big Detecting Show.
Yeah, so just sign up. Doesn't cost anything, and just say, it's basically saying that hobbyist detectorists should be able to detect for their mental health and all that, and meeting friends. Not that I have, but it's change.org. Yeah, Cleethorpes Beach. But sign up, get a subscription. I don't know what it's up to. When I signed it was about 800, so hopefully it's doubled that. But
I actually got contacted by a lady from BBC over there the other night, BBC Northumberland or whatever. Sadly, I was at work and couldn't get back to her quick enough. And by the time I got back in touch with her, she had the NCMD spoke to her, so she got the biased opinion as opposed to the honest opinion from me. Sorry.
The thing I find interesting is, and this is for FID, NCMD, AMDS. This is something that affects a lot of detectorists in Cleethorpes, and I was quite surprised because I went on their websites this afternoon and there's nothing on there, and they've got news sections, and I would have thought it wouldn't hurt just to 5 minutes post thing on there saying about the petition to get people to sign it, but there's nothing on there. But that's me. I would have thought that's quite important news to some people. That's their hobby and their livelihood. So if you're watching, all of those people, put it on your website, because not everyone's on the Book of Faces, are they, David?
No, they're not.
No.
I've just tried sending somebody a message back, and I've pressed pressed a load of bloody emojis and the odd loads of memes sent to them by mistake.
And plums. Yeah, Philip, you're right. It's quite surprising. I do a bit for Rodney Cook, and the amount of people who aren't on Facebook who go to that event would surprise a lot of people. And I think we forget that, whereas websites and searching, and it should be posted. So hopefully Cleethorpes will get some good stuff on there. Talking to Rodney Cook, Dig Life, that fodder man, what's his name? Philip Fodder. Yeah, he's doing a thing for Rodney Cook on Dig Life, and I think you can win a £200 spinner disc and a Regton and loads of vouchers. So support them, because we like Dig Life, don't we, Dave? Because you've got a hat and I haven't got a hat. I haven't got a Dig Life hat, even though it's given to your son.
This isn't actually my hat. Ricardo gave it to my son, and I snaffled it.
Yeah, definitely. Who are you texting? That's rude. That's like at the dinner table. Hold
on.
It's you're filming your leg.
No, I'm gonna right. Tell me off for texting, and then I can send it to them for you. Go on, tell me off for texting.
Stop texting, Dave. You're got 4 people watching the show, and that's rude. It's like having dinner.
I'm sorry.
Your phone.
I'm sorry. And then I can send it to them. There you go. Sent it to them. It was my position. One of my positions at work. It's something I need to deal with quite quickly. So apologies.
Dark Knight Detective, stop sending me nude pictures. That's you haven't got trousers or pants on there. Yeah, look, I mean, everyone's kicking off, Dave. It's rude.
I've stopped.
The producer has said you've got to get the bus home tonight. You haven't got your limo taking you home, so you've got to get the bus.
That's fine. The bus go drop me at my door. I know the driver. Hello, driver. Bye, driver.
Gareth Howard. I don't know who's in his loft tonight. We'll find out shortly, but it could be an interesting character. I don't think they're in the chat tonight. We might even do a prize, actually. Gareth's
they
got his subscription.
Them mostly in there. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Gareth's got his 12-month subscription to Treasure Hunting magazine, which he won last week, which was good. Regular viewer. Tony Kaywood's got his spade, but he's broken it because he fell over again. So hopefully he's enjoying that. And what was
not heard from David Evans about the coin pod, and I haven't sent out Derek's yet. And Derek knows I'm absolutely pap at sending things out either.
Yes. So,
and I do have a little bit of news as well.
About your leg?
I've been asked, and it's been confirmed this evening. Detecticon. Right. Dave has messaged me, and I did send your details straight over, I think, to John at CoinPod. John, can you confirm that? Sorry. The Detecticon weekend, we're now going up a day early, and we will be hosting the show live from the pub on the basically middle of the site of Detecticon. He's checked with the landlord. They said they've got a fine reception, and we will be going live from the show there. So you'll have lots of people to talk to at Detecticon, and
in the pub.
I'll be in a pub, and it'll be me in a pub. And what I'm also going to do, Adrian, I'm going to take both webcam. I'm going to take my spare webcam with us. So obviously, we won't have to keep swapping between people. They just keep coming on as a spare camera.
That's good. Hopefully, I'll be there. I've got to check because it's a special.
You and me in a pub doing a live show together.
Oh, that'd be. I'll have to watch.
That's going to be unmissable. We'll have to record that for just in case purposes.
Oh dear, Just quickly, Matthew J. Kent. How about a big charity dig in the Cleethorpes area? Give the money to a local charity and get the papers involved to show Cleethorpes Council what metal detectorists can do. Now that is a very good idea. Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
I'm just going on my phone because I haven't forwarded that message to John. Sorry, John, and sorry, David.
Oh, Scotty, yeah, I'm going to try. It's a big year for my wife this year, not me, because she puts up with me 25 years. So we're doing a lot of things, traveling and that, and it's all around that sort of time. So, but I'm sure it'd be all right. I'd probably get the train up though. Is tickets still available for Detecticon?
Yes, there are. Scotty put a post out the other week. There's not many left now. They're still on sale, nonetheless.
Are you messaging everyone on Facebook Messenger?
I've just my Facebook Messenger is appalling. I don't get messages coming through anymore.
I always bang on about it's the world's most insecure bloody messaging platform, rubbish. But I messaged my mother-in-law the other day on it because she uses it and she didn't get it, and then she got it 3 days later. It's like, well, that's no bloody good. I could write a letter quicker than that. So I am now. So I started writing letters. I've got a calligraphy set and some blotting paper. I'm posting letters. Still available, but not many at all. Okay, right. Stephen Brain, yes, he'd support that. Anyone who's in Cleethorpes area, is Philip Wills in Cleethorpes? No, not Philip Wills. What's the man? I've forgotten his name. Gareth Howard. Are you in? I know you're in London, Philip. Yeah.
No, mate, he's in his mum and dad's loft.
No, he's well.
Where is his mum and dad's loft situated? What part of the world do you mean? Is that what you're trying to ask?
Charity digging Cleethorpes is a great idea, and you could all sample the best fish and chips in the world. I bet they are. Oh, I bet they are. We should all just We could
do that.
We'd get a load of people. There'd be at least 4.
7. I reckon 7. Gareth Howard would come.
It's a very good. It's a very good comment though, and it is. I think
you could get the boy Newman to drive, and I could get the boy Holdcroft.
He doesn't drive. He doesn't drive up to the M25. It's like a fence for him. He won't go. He doesn't get out third. I think he's been in 4th gear once. But yes, Gareth is in Cleethorpes. That's right, because your subscription went out there. But it is. Philip Will said. I know I keep banging on about the Cleethorpes thing, but it is the biggest news in metal detecting at the moment.
It is.
And it needs to. Someone needs to let people know how important the hobby
Scotty
is.
B, that Cleethorpes must be near Geordieland. They all speak like that. So yeah, get on it. Scotty
Mark
B.
from Metal Detecting Lincolnshire hold events on the beach there. Well, let's get Mark from Metal Detecting Lincolnshire.
Get him on the show. Phil Wills, could you hook us up? That'd be very interesting. Very interested indeed. Adrian, this coming Monday night is the inaugural return to the Big Detective Show, Tempest Archaeology and Metal Detecting meetings. So we'll have some, hopefully, say hello to a few people.
One of our women turn up. I thought it was all.
Say hello to a couple of people. It's hopefully will be quite a few good turnouts, and we'll have a chat with a few people at the meeting. And I know for a fact the landlord, he actually brought down some old maps for me to look at the other day. But I was like, mate, I'm drinking Barbara Streisand and the Grand National's on. I'll look at them next Monday.
Oh, Grand National, that was fun. I don't know what was more fun, watching the protesters or the horses. Proper kicked off, didn't it? I loved it. Anyway, moving on. I went to a detecting club near me, one that's no one's joined for like 5 years on Monday night, to meet Nigel Mills from Noonan's. It used to be Dick's Noonan Web. Dick's Noonan Web is now noonans.co.uk. And he kindly took my ring off me, which is sadly going to an auction, but that's what the farmer wants, so that's fair. And there was over 100 people in that club. And if anyone's got any finds they want looking at or valued, Noonans seem to be up there at the moment. I know we've had Spinks on here and people like that, but very professional. And the guy, Nigel, was absolutely switched on. He's been mudlarking since he was like 12, 13 on the Thames, and he's been detecting and stuff. It'd be nice to have him on the show, actually. But
I'll leave that to you.
Yes, I will be. I will be. I will do, because if you look at Noonan's, they've got a special section on their website. This is an auction house for detectorist finds, and they've got a massive spread all over the world, and the vast majority of their sales go above the reserve price. So quite interesting. Oh, Noonan's are coming to Detecticon, 3rd year running. Oh, Nigel been to the last? Yes, because he went to Detectival just before the spring Detectival, Dave, lockdown one, or the one after, and I showed him my ring, and he really wanted it, and he took it on Monday night, and that's
he really wanted your ring.
100%. But yes, so I just thought I'd drop that in. But it was nice going to a nice club. I won't say what one it is, but it was really well run, really well run.
Well, like very nightclub. You went to our club and he wanted your ring. I can imagine what type of nightclub that was, my friend.
Yes, it was.
Was Cliff Richard there dressed as Kitty? Oh, can't say that.
No, but Rod Stewart lived 10 minutes down the road, or one of his houses.
Worst singer ever.
And Ollie Murs as well. So that gives people.
Don't rate him. And Rod Stewart was the worst singer ever. He tried doing bloody Britain's Got Talent Day, get laughed out. He just looks like a troll.
It was a finger ring. It was. Yeah. Little finger. Right.
When we try and behave, it's just not happening.
No, it doesn't. Talking about things, haven't mentioned shafts yet. Talking of shafts, very shortly, Nocta are going to be bringing out the Legend with the top shaft telescopic, which is going to be, and the new arm cuff, which is going to be interesting. So that's going to bring the weight down. You know about that, Dave, don't you? Because you were a tester in the in that, weren't you?
Dave has frozen. I don't know what you're on about. Adrian done a couple of videos the other day. Can't find them. Oh, there they are. Went out with Shane on Friday. Shall we throw a couple on? You got Shane's in 16 seconds. The first one was mine was a minute. The second one was 2 minutes, and then I stopped doing them because it was too wet. Shall we have a go? Let's look at Shane. You'll like this. You'll like this. It's a lovely little find.
Just started digging, boys. Never had one yet. Sweetheart brooch. All marks on the top, and it's got the girl's name on. He's on the silver, lads.
That's off a dog collar from '87.
It's been
That's nice. That's nice. That is. I do envy Shane because he's self-employed. As we all know, he's a driving instructor, and his wife must say, "Have you had a busy day at work?" Oh, absolutely. Honestly, we had like 7 learners today. No, you didn't, Shane. You had 2, and they were probably really fit. And the rest of the ones you just dumped off and said you were
actually
cancel it, and you went to text him.
On Friday, Shane's car was in the garage because there was another incident with a learner driver a couple of weeks ago with his brand new car, and she dropped him off, and then I took him home after, which was nice. It was, yeah.
Did you go swimming together again or not? Oh, sorry.
Now then, Big Detective Show viewers, as promised, we've got a few videos here and there, and there's just me and Shane out today in the Piddly Down Rain in Staffordshire. Shane was out for an hour or so beforehand, and he's had a few nice finds already, haven't you, Shane?
I have.
So
I've had a bucket list of
preemptive before he actually goes on his own video.
Bits and bobs, lovely condition, Vicky there, but I've had a sweetheart brooch and I've never had one. And that doesn't look so exciting. We've got a date on the top there, 1857, and some hallmarks. But look at the back. That is beautiful, isn't it? Kate, I bet she was right peed off when she lost that.
As I would be. So I'll try and do a few little videos, some that we could use in the future if they're a bit generic, but here's a filler video. Have a good night, everybody. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Do you know something very, very interestingly?
Well done, Shane.
That Shane found, you know, that little bit of medallion that I found, pendant thing.
Yeah, what's happened? Hang on, you got it back.
Yes. Anyway, the markings on his weren't dissimilar, oddly.
Oh.
Even though there's a big difference in time.
What date is yours? What have they said?
I think it was late medieval, top of my head.
Right. Okay. That reminds me, you know that chicken's foot I found the other month?
Oh, yeah. Lovely that.
Okay,
Loved it.
Yeah. It went to my. Oh, this is another thing. Those of people who are NCMD members would have got a survey a couple of weeks ago about flows and if they've submitted finds, what was their experience. I put my chicken's foot into my flow the other month, and I got a bit of paper, like you do, carbon copy, NCR, and I haven't heard any more. And she said, "Oh, I'll only have it for a week," and there's no email or nothing. I just remembered that. But the problem is, I don't know what I've done with the paper. So, like normally you do something and you just search your emails and find the email and think, oh, yeah, it's that reference number. It's all on paper. Oh, they've got to sort it out. They've got to sort it out.
Matthew J. Kent said, I found the 1950s Max Factor lipstick the other week. Still has lipstick inside. Look lovely on me.
Oh, send us a picture, Matthew. That looked very nice. Oh, yeah. 90, actually, that's quite cool, actually. Don't find a lot from the 50s. I'll tell you what I did find the other day.
What did you find over there?
The drip bit you put in your arm?
Oh, yeah. Intravenous thing.
Yeah, but it had a brass cap on it. So it must have been a really early one, like 1900s.
Guess what time it is?
We're coming.
Easy now, Tiger. Tell him that.
I've got to be careful on the question things because it's quite an easy one to get. Matthew J. Kent, he sent a picture on Messenger. Thank you. Actually, Dave, because that would be quite good.
I don't know.
Actually, that'd be a good one. Wearing your detector finds.
He has, yes. Oh,
what
that's
wearing?
Nice.
What wearing?
No, I'm just trying to think of where I can send it to. Hold on.
A man sent you his lipstick.
At least it wasn't a dog.
That's quite a nice find, actually. I'd be quite pleased with that 1950s Max Fact. That's probably worth a few quid. Someone in America would probably pay £1,000 for that. I can hear rumbling up in Gareth's loft through our earpiece because those who don't watch the show, Gareth, who's in the chat, he occasionally goes around his parents' house for a bit of artistic reading in their loft from some magazines. And we send one of the producers from the show, one of many, is live there on a satellite link. And he's currently telling us there's a hell of a lot of noise up there. The hatch has been shut. It's a lot of rumbling. The person's got a multi-frequency detector on there, which is from a brand. Can you hear it? I know what machine.
No. They've just actually said there's still a lot of nail and
but they
screw fragments in from last week's show. Phil Fodder nailed it shut, didn't he, and screwed it shut.
Yeah, and he didn't come out till Wednesday night, I think.
Wednesday.
But he used the loft for the toilet and everything, and it was poor old Gareth has had to clear it all up. It is an absolute mess up there because I didn't realise
sticky as well.
Yeah, we've got to search people before they go up there now because I didn't realise Fodder. He had pepperonis, a tub of pate, I think that's what it was, in his pants and everything, and bits of bread, and he took it all up there with him. So that's why he lived up there for 3 days.
And 8 Ace as well. 8 Ace, he had that.
And 7 copies of the magazines have gone missing. 7
out of 436.
Yeah. And it's just...
Hi daughter. The ninja is fantastic. I've got Ninja Life now.
Air fryer. Right.
Got to have to have. No, sorry. Changing that to Ninja Life.
Right. I think there's someone who's already won who's up in the loft, and we haven't.
They have as well.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not fair. Gareth, you can't because you're there. Oh,
yeah,
Gareth.
Gareth.
You know why Gareth?
Yes.
No, Gareth, well
change
done.
it. Change it.
No,
change it.
No, change it. Okay. It's changed. I know why you've done that, Gareth, because he's causing a lot of mayhem up there. Because I think from what he was saying, he said to me a few months ago, he said, "Oh, if I got in Gareth's loft, I'd make sure I took loads of 6-inch nails and a hammer with me so I could stay up there and get through the whole collection." So that's what's happened, and Gareth's annoyed, and he needs Tony out pronto because he's causing mayhem up there. He is awful. Yeah, he is drunk.
It's that Mac. It's that Mac that he wears that gets me.
Yeah, and he's
what's he got on under that Mac?
Anyone who has sherry in a hip flask is not right, and that's Tony. He's not in the chat, Tony. So
see, that's what happens when he's in the loft and his foot goes through. Tipsy.
That was filmed at 9 o'clock in the morning, and he'd already done a hip flask of sherry. And when I say hip flask, it's like that big. It's massive. It's about a litre.
Gareth says, "I'm not being offensive, lads, but Tony fell over going up the loft ladders, but he soon got back up again." You have to be there. Oh.
Yeah.
Who's now in the loft, mate?
He's smoking now. Tony's smoking up there.
What is he smoking?
That is dangerous.
It's not that pipe again with that dirty old backy, is it?
He's smoking.
Now I've heard, and I don't know how true this is. He goes round docker picking, gets all the tobacco out the dog ends, and puts them in a little tin, and then uses them in old pipe.
That's what I think he's doing up in the loft. And
he went mudlocking and found this pipe.
What I'm even more concerned about is he took his Atrex up in the loft. What's all that about? He took his Atrex. Atrex.
Philip Wills says that Mark said he's up for coming on a show to talk about the beach bomb. That would be fantastic, Philip. If you could get him to contact Adrian at
just go on the Big Detective Show website and fill in the contact form.
Find me on Facebook. I'd tell you actually to message me on arkmdmag.com, but I'm crap at it. Are you reading my daughter's comment?
No, I'm reading Gareth's. Mum's going mad about the. What's it say? I've got
fumes. I've had to tell her it's sage for an exorcism. Read me daughter's the one above.
Yeah.
Read me daughter's the one above.
Reminded me of when you fell in Wales, Pops, and the blood from your knees came through your pants. The blood from your knees came through your. Oh, did she mean trousers?
Pants. I had long shorts on, so you know.
Oh.
I would cut all my knees on the inside, and the blood was pouring through me pants.
I've got a funny story about that.
You're thinking Gary Cook pants, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hot pants.
He's giving him Adrian's email. So Mark from the Cleethorpes Beach Buddy Detecting Society thing's gonna contact you, Adrian. She's made all.
I've got a funny story about pants, but I won't say it. I could do, couldn't I?
Is it about James? No.
I was on holiday in Cyprus 5 years ago, and I forgot to put my swimming. I put swimming shorts on over the top of my boxer shorts, or like brief things, and we went on a speedboat and swimming and all that, and I got wet and got back in the boat, and the shorts dried, but the pants were still soaking wet, and we were going for a meal afterwards in a restaurant. And I got in this restaurant, sat down on the chair, and it was soaking wet. I thought, oh, God. So I went in the little boys' room, went for a wee. I thought, I'll just take my pants off, put them in the bin, and go combat with these lined swimming shorts. And I did that. Lovely. And then about 10 minutes later, you know, it's like abroad, there's stray dogs everywhere. We're sitting eating our like calamari and squid and all that malarkey. It's this dirty dog who's got my pants chewing and walking around the restaurant. And everyone's going, oh, where's it got them from? necks? They must be British. I was like, but he enjoyed them. Anyway,
that picture in the background, is that Gary Cook on Cleethorpes Beach?
It is, because in the background, I think that's it's Gareth Howard in the background.
Yeah.
I think that was November or December.
That's when Gary done a week in Gareth's loft.
Yeah, and Gary says it's photoshopped. It definitely isn't. That is what he wears. And Rodney Cookie, occasionally when it's sunny, he comes out in them.
Gareth's mum really took to Cookie as well.
Yeah,
I'm told. So I'm told.
Yeah, I think after Gary came out of the loft,
in fact, Gareth now calls him Daddy.
Yeah. Bless him, Gary. The image of Dave in a set of Daisy Dukes is too disturbing. Derek,
I've got it.
Oh dear. So we know who's in Gareth's. Oh no, there was someone else in Gareth's loft.
Is there?
Oh, I don't know. No. We've got to finish it.
Haywood.
It was Tony Haywood.
And Gareth told you because Gareth's there and he knew. What?
One of the producers saying that he thinks he's messing about with the central heating pipes because there's yellow liquid coming through into Gareth's mum's room on the bed. So it must be a burst pipe or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Do you know when you do that, nobody can hear you speaking because you block your microphone.
Oh, well, there's someone up in his loft, and there's a burst water pipe because there's yellow liquid.
I was only joking. I just want you to say it again.
Anyway, right. Can we have something nice that Angie's saying? It's turning her stomach.
Yes, we can. We will stop with. I'll put the picture off because it is. It can be quite.
It's very confusing.
It is, isn't it? Oh, sorry, wrong one. Did I mean that one? No, not that one either. Oh, is it that one? There it is. It's that one.
Oh, that was a lovely curry. That was, Gary. Thank you very much. And Fodder was there. I sat opposite Fodder and Ricardo, and yeah, it was a very nice evening. That was.
I was going to say to you then.
Let's talk about metal detecting.
Oh, yes, sorry, for a change. For a change. I don't know. I was going to talk about metal detecting, but I've gone blank. What new products? When we spoke about the Simplex coming on the market, and the other week about the Quest Q475E. We also spoke about the Garrett Acicore, a very good looking machine. How many products are MindLab releasing in the next year?
Well, it's whether or not people can buy them. This is the problem at the moment, isn't it? They're marketing stuff and you can't get hold of them. MindLab is a bit of a problem at the moment.
To be honest, Adrian, I can't see why MindLab. All right, yeah, they're trying to take the market back, but why introduce 407 products, especially to a range that is already working, and just throw them all in at what? Let's release them all at once.
I think the
7 and 9 and
we've got something going on in the hobby at the moment. The manufacturers are not all of them, but some of them competing against each other legally and marketing wise. So one brings one out saying it's better than theirs and it's cheaper, and then another one will bring one out which is cheap, and in the background whilst all that's going on there's other manufacturers which aren't so well known and some that are very well known, and I think Gary, if you're watching, you know who I mean based on the email we saw last week, who are bringing out a machine which you wouldn't expect, which is going to be interesting. So we've currently got Nocta, we've currently got Quest, we've currently got MindLab, but there's other manufacturers who make good machines. So I think MindLab, Matthew Kent, Deus 3, well, possibly, Matthew, yes. Is there a reason they haven't done an update to the Deus 2? We don't know. Steve Newman, there's nothing.
That's that. irks me, that one, because the Deus one is still a performance machine, and it's been out for 12 years, something like
13 years this year, yeah.
The Minelab, the Deus 2, it's only been out a year and a half.
I think what...
So you wouldn't really, if you look at that, say maybe because of the upgrades in technology, you'd be looking at, say, 5 years off the Deus 2 to Deus 3, maybe.
But then no one was expecting the Xterra Pro, and we put it on the show before a lot of people when we found out. And I think, maybe Nocta have got something up their sleeves. Maybe Rootus have got something up their sleeves. Maybe Seascope.
Will Way says, I've heard the rumour that XP are launching a new update for the D2 with groundbreaking tech.
Yeah. There's some people testing it at the moment. So
Scotty B says Mars are good machines. I like the bar form of the Mars.
Yes, but there's a lot of machines coming out, and it is getting a bit crazy at the moment. But it's all good for the hobby, because
it is good for the hobby, but it's also bad for the hobby, because for the amount of people who buy new machines, they're selling their old machines.
No, this is where it all falls down, because people base how good their machine is by social media and shows like this, potentially. If you buy if you buy a Deus 2 today, or a Equinox 900, you get it out of the box, you read the instructions, you go out in the field, you don't mince about with the programs and detect. In your head, you've bought a new detector with the latest technology, your permission's probably going to give well or not, and that's it. If you come home, sit on YouTube, look at the Chunky Monkey biggest depth 20 inches plus program, and piss about, sorry, swearing, changing the programs completely for the wrong ground conditions you've got. You then read someone saying, "Oh, it's not worth the money." You start. It's a bit like cars. You could end up feeling negative about something you've bought. And I know for a fact many people who've got Deus. Fraser, who came on the show with his gold thing, Deus 2 general program. All he did was take out all the discrimination. Look at what he's bringing up every weekend. It's sometimes you get a little bit of negative stuff, and that's why I'm not on the Book of Faces. If I get a detector, I turn it on, Manticore, turn it on, standard general program. All right, I tweak the tones a bit, go out there, use it, and see how I get on. And I think the problem is at the hobby is the marketing and the social media aspects. You only need one or two bad eggs, and they can start spreading rumours and things. The Deus 2 has got a slight issue. I agree with that on the last update. But it's Gary, I loves his original Deus. Yeah, there's a lot of people who've returned back to the Deus 1. You're right, Will. But I think when the update comes out from Deus soon for the Deus 2, it will change things. It will change things.
Here is Matthew's lipstick. There you go.
Can you zoom in? Because that looks really nice.
Don't know. I'll tell you what, bear with me and I'll do it another way. Bear with me, I'm going to have to download it. Carry on amongst yourselves, Adrian.
Yeah, so Deus 1, cracking machine. I like. I think it all boils down to what you like. Quest Q30 we were talking about earlier, from Stephen Blame. When I get mine back, not nudging you, Dave, but I love that machine. The Q60 with the Q30 coil is a lovely little machine. It's the Xterra Pro. That for 300 quid is an absolute bargain.
Yeah.
And the same as, we weren't expecting that to come out. And I think that's probably going to mess a few things up for other manufacturers soon who are looking at launching machines. Oh, that's really nice.
Look at his little laughy face there. Good detail on that.
Out of interest, how did you find that it was? How did you research that?
Yeah, how did you find it was Max Factor?
Or did you get it off Max?
And what colour lipstick was it?
I'll tell you what.
Have you got a picture with a pretty face?
That must have cost a lot of money in the day. It's nearly 9 o'clock.
Oh my God. Do you know what that means? I can't find the thing. There it is. I've missed this. It's been 3 weeks since we've done the last one, and we're into the semi-finals.
Not the final.
No, semi-finals. You've got your book there, what you've got now, which I presume I know what it is.
Yeah.
And your other book was Finds Identified 2.
Oh, right, okay. I've got worried then.
So I'll let you choose mine, top or bottom.
Sorry?
Top or bottom of mine. I know what yours is, top or bottom mine.
Top.
Okay.
Because it's easier. Because you've got
No, it's just right next to me. So, I'll let you go first. And let's say, Gareth Howard, seeing you got who was in your attic, obviously.
Yeah,
what number do you go up to, Abe?
I go up to 302.
And I go up to 222. So a number between 1 and 222, please, Gareth Howard.
That's if he's not getting molested by Tony or Tony's started a fire.
Gareth Howard loved that dog, except when his lipstick popped out in front of the vicar at a bring and buy sale. I want to just go and sit in Gareth's mum and dad's loft, not looking at any artistic magazines, just, listening. 172.
Hang on. Oh, it might be a picture. No. Oh, it's the end of a.
Well, that's nice. You're first, Dave. No, you're first. It's your book, yeah.
Well, I've got 2 paragraphs on that page, so it's the end of the chapter. So that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't have to do it in his voice, because I don't think you'd remember how he... Oh, yeah, you would. You've done it before. Do you want to do it in his voice?
I'm trying to remember his voice. Smaller than a 5p piece. First thing I did...
It's not James.
Oh, no, it's not, is it? Right, sorry, I'll do it. Smaller than a 5p piece. First thing I did, the mud still thick on it, was to flip it over to check there was no loop on the back, make sure it wasn't a button, no loop. I brushed the mud from one side. There appeared to be a patterning or lettering on both sides, though I couldn't make anything out. The object went in the fines pod, and I detected for maybe an hour or more. But I have no recollection of what I found. I just enjoyed the lazy swinging and delayed gratification. As I was about to pack up and walk back to the lane to investigate my little find, David came out and asked me how I was doing. Think I've found an old coin, I said. Can I borrow your spink? Oh my God. That's like, what did he find? I could actually, I want to know. I do know, but yeah. Oh, that's interesting. And he swears in the next bit. Oh, that is a really good bit of the book, actually. Gareth, well done. Paddington Bear. Oh, I like Paddington Bear. I love the film.
Dunham Massey is not generally renowned for its industrial activity. However, documentary sources in the John Rylands Library indicate evidence for Cheshire salt industry beside the River Bowling at Dunham Woodhouses east of Dunham Massey Hill. Ancient Britons, Romans, Celts, and the later Danish and Norse invaders all had need of salt, and the presence of brine springs here in Bolin Valley would certainly have not escaped their notice. The fields in which the Dunham brine springs are have so far given up a hoard of 2,450 Roman coins from around 280 AD, a Bronze Age stone axe from next to the Agden Brook, a Celtic head to the north of Dunham Woodhouses, and a Celtic head from the side of the Lim Road to the south, probably both dating from 100 BC to 100 AD. Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian or Dave, go. One for Adrian, one for Paddington Bear.
If I win, I'll read the next bit.
1-1, 2-1. 2-1. No, that's just getting people to vote for you there.
Okay. Oh, I really want mine to win.
Oh my God!
It's really good.
3-2.
Mine's really good.
3-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2 to me, 6-2 to me, 7-2 to me, 8-2 to me, 8-3, 9-3, 9-4, 9-5, 10-5 to me, Adrian.
Well, wait, take him off the fucking mailing. Sorry.
Oh, 11-5, 12-5.
We've got 6 second delay.
12-6. 13, 14, 15. I'm taking it, mate. I'm taking it. I can't believe that
I'll tell you what, no one will buy your book.
I can't believe your book hasn't reached the final. I had this as a cert for the end of year winner.
Well, I can plug it now because it's lost, but The Accidental Detectorist is a brilliant book. And if you read it, I'll not that people will want to read it, but know it. But he said, "Can I borrow your spink?" in the last chapter, and then under running water, I used a toothbrush and the rest of the mud off. Washed the rest of the mud off. I decided it was hammered. Shit, sorry, children. The markings, whatever they said, I would need to buy a spiffy new magnifying glass with built-in light. I'd recently upgraded in order to read them properly. And he goes on and he says what he found. But this is a really good book. The Accidental Detectorist. It's on Amazon. He's been on the show. It's got a lot of people in the hobby who I was quite surprised didn't link they'd be in it. But it is a really good book. Thank you, Stephen Brame. It is a really good book. Yes, Gary, I know you're in it, but it's only pictures of you in it, not anything you say. It's just pictures of you on holiday on the beach in your shorts.
In your bloomers.
Yeah.
I've had another picture. I've had another picture sent to me by Matthew, but it's not coming through. It just says, oh, right. No, I've had no other pictures.
But anyway, there's one book left, 2 books left, and whoever we will give away, Dave, your last book, my book.
Oh yeah, sorry, my winning book.
Don't tell them what your winning book is, because there will be a winning book at the next show.
No, but tonight's winning book that goes through to the final is Mark Ollie's Celtic Warrington and Other Mysteries, Book 2, East to South. Mark Ollie, who's been on the show multiple times, a friend of the show, good friend of mine, and I know a lot of people have heard him speak and read books and such like. So, but The Accidental Detectorist, I'm truly shocked because I thought that would be in the that'd be a Champions League place for that.
Well, I think a lot of people have purchased it, so they probably got it for Christmas. So
I've got some more images to show, Adrian. The budgie smugglers sent to me.
Oh, it's not fibulas, is it? May not be Gary. Do you know? I thought I was going to get a fibula this weekend, but I think he didn't.
I was hoping I'd get a fibula just to piss you off, but I didn't.
It's going to come. I've got a feeling this. How can I find Roman coins? I find everything, but just can't find. Nice. I saw that on eBay 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's the one I saw on eBay.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, Adrian. That's a bent fork, mate. It's just a bent fork. Don't worry about it.
That's Little Chef.
Oh, I like that.
Now, that's interesting.
That would be, for me, I'd rather have that than the fibula.
I found something similar to that last year.
What was it?
No one's been able to. Oh, fast forward. He didn't.
The enameling still in the one on the left.
No, just go on the next one. No, the next one. No, the next one. I saw that on eBay as well. Same seller, same background. Yeah, definitely on eBay 2 weeks ago. That was. And that one. Oh, dear.
Cheers, Cookie. Ciao very much, Cookie.
Thanks, Gary.
Yum, yum. Diddle, bang, bang.
When Rodney Cook was on the one-day event a few months ago, I went round Gary's house and he showed me all his fibulas. And oh my God, how we find lead, Gary finds fibulas with his Deus One, and he had them in such a lovely presentation case. It really was nice. Move on. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about detecting, baby. Let's talk about thee and me.
Matthew J. Kent, loved the accidental detectorist.
Gary Cook, Count Fibula.
Something like that, yeah.
Adrian said, without the O, the count
yes,
without the
yes. Yeah. Matthew J. Kent, loved the accidental detectorist. Thought the bit about Chris's medical condition was maybe a bit unnecessary. Why would you think it was Chris has I know Chris fairly well, and he's had a big journey. Those who don't know, he was on a big Netflix show, and that all went a bit wrong, and he's been through a lot. He's a good bloke, but maybe it was just used to show how mental health helps him in the hobby. I don't know, but I thought it was okay. What pinpoint is everyone using Stephen Brain? Now that is a very good question, because there's a lot out there.
There are,
and I use an MI6, and I use it with the Deus 2, and it comes through the headphones. And I've also got a MindLab Profine 35 or 45, the good one. The top, well, they're all good, but at the top. But I've also got is it Technics? No, it's Quest now, or whatever it was. Cheap orange one, 50 quid, 40 quid. And they are very good. They are very good.
Shane, what do I use?
Use Quest.
2. Rob Random uses a Carrot.
MindLab 35, yeah.
Steve Newman's an MI4 and a MindLab 35.
Now, there's an issue with the Garretts, because some people the old ones are best. MI6, yeah. Yeah. Does anyone use a
I use a Carrot.
Cheap one? Does anyone use a 15, 16, 20 quid one off Amazon? Because I've bought those in the past because you can recalibrate them by putting a bit of metal on the edge and taping it, because when they're made in China, they're not very well put together. Quest.
I've got is that what I've got? The pinpoint to the Quest
GP.
one that discriminates. Yes, I've got that. I really liked it, but then I was getting wound up by it, and then I stopped using it, basically. It's great that it's rechargeable. The discrimination isn't always right.
Tech point, yeah.
But it was going off like constantly, and you was like, there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. And I'd have to press buttons on it to make it stop doing it to carry on. And to me, it was just too irritating for words.
Simon Hadlow, taped a coin to it to improve depth. Yeah, definitely.
Shane, if you still got that black one that did you give it me or did I give it you? Like a black carrot I gave you ages ago. Try that with that. Tape a coin to it. See if it works.
Yeah. GP pointer. I've got one of those.
Is that black?
Backup.
Black.
Yeah,
Keith Ellis, you like this, Adrian? I actually saw that news report last night about cassettes making a comeback, massive vintage styly.
Yeah. I like tapes, especially if I can have high speed dubbing on my stereo.
Do you think modern pencils will fit into rewind them and stuff though?
Yeah, and you can put
modern pencils they're a bit more like streamlined. Are they big enough?
Or chewed up Rizzler, put it in the hole at the top so no one else can record over it.
Oh yeah, done that. No. The put chewed up means that you can record. You took that little thing out to stop people recording over.
Yeah, but
the chewed up paper was put in to make it recordable again.
No,
you snap the little thing out.
Yeah. You're right. Cool. Do you know what? My brain.
I've just actually had a vintage over you. I never have vintage over you.
Yeah.
Metal detecting Lincolnshire. Now, this is a point. I won't give Dr. Otech 2 minutes because they're a pile of gash. However, there's a lot of people, including Tony K, would say that Dr. Otech pinpointers not all bad.
Yes. I've heard that as well, and I won't say they're gash, Dr. Otech. I'd say there's a budget for people, and it does work, the Otech detectors, but their pinpointer does seem quite good. But the new Quest one looks really, really good. And Nocta have got their new pinpointer coming out soon, which I spoke to Dilek about, and I know what colour it's going to be, which I was quite pleased about, which some people won't like. And the new Quest pinpointer is going to have some...
It's bulk.
He's on his phone again.
My daughter sent me a voicemail, and you're going to agree with her. This is a voice message of my daughter. You ready?
Sorry.
It's not book. It's bulk.
Could you hear that?
She said what I say.
It's not book. It's bulk.
Yeah. You say book. It's book. Sorry, I said Quest. It isn't Quest. It's Nocta. The new Nocta pinpointer, which will be out soon, which is, I've forgotten the name of it, but that's going to have some really good features, which a lot of the high-end machines, not that Nocta isn't high-end, but will have. So, definitely book.
I've got an Evo, a Nox 800, so I'm happy for a couple of years. I'm behind. I'm like 5 or 6 years behind technology, so I'll probably get the Manticore in about 2033.
You'll get the Manticore too. Acupoint, Acupoint, good pinpointer. To be honest, I've recently not been using them, and I should do because I've been using the MI6 and obviously the MindLab Pro Fine 35 or whatever with the Manticore. And I like to use different pinpointers with different machines, see if they have interference. On the Legend, you've got the mute button, which is lovely, and on the Simplex. But I haven't been using them lately. And I tell you why, because it's where I am. It's so clay and muddy. There's so much mud. That pinpointer in the hole, and you pull it out, and you do that and put it back in a pouch, and then it's clag. I've been just using my hand lately, and I've actually found that quite beneficial. Be interesting how many people in the chat don't use a pinpointer, because you don't need one really.
Was it?
Does help though.
Fraser doesn't, does he?
No, well, yeah, but he's digging in blinking compost. He doesn't have any problems. He doesn't use a shovel.
The only time I won't use them is actually, when it's summer and it's hot and you're on a ploughed field or with loose soil. I've got a large blue, like a sweet scoop, plastic. So I'll scoop it off with the plastic scoop and go over the coil with that. And
see, that's when I use a pinpointer more in the summer, because it's hot, the ground's hard, it's like solid clay down here. And
no, I'm talking when it's really, really loose soil. Like for instance, where Fraser's digging
right now. Yeah,
where Fraser's digging like that. I'd use one of them plastic scoops all day long. Think about it's the future.
Stephen Brame, I find a lot of hot rocks. Do other people find these too? Yes. Well, hot rocks and charcoal or coke are two different things. So I'm confused myself here, but one is a natural, like meteorite, or a natural build-up of stones, hot rocks, and coke is burned from steam engines or medieval times. So it's not a bad thing if you've got a lot of emissions with that on. It's a good sign, because it shows it had a lot of people on it. Oh gosh, there's a lot of people in the chat. A lot of people like pinpointing.
Do some product placement while you're talking.
What about coke?
No, just while you were talking, I had a Dig Life Fat and a composite cleaning pencil thing and a MindLab plastic thing, which I got very drunk out of.
we should do a bit more on pimp. We should do a bit more about pinpointers, actually, because they've really moved on in recent years.
Matthew Kent, is titanium detectable? Yes. I can tell you for a fact it is.
Yes,
and can I answer this question, please, Adrian? Because technically,
you're going to say.
I can never answer a question. I can answer this. Titanium wedding ring. Ta-da!
And also, it's found in meteorites, which can be detected. And if you find one, keep it, because they're worth a lot of money.
And if you find a titanium wedding ring, it'll be mine, because I've chopped off my finger, no doubt, because I'm that way inclined.
Lower than gold. Staffordshire Searcher, yes. Well, Philip Wills needs to learn how to spell diarrhea.
I think he's just saying random words, because he said airport there as well.
Keith Ellis, food safe silicone spray on wellies, pinpointer, nothing more than mud sticking, give it a go. Yes, that does work.
Where?
Keith Ellis, 9:21 p.m. he put in there. Yes, that does work for mud, but not clay. Socks over your boots, 100% down south, 100%.
Put food safe silicone spray on your wellies.
Yeah,
and your pinpointer.
Yeah, and
honest to God, the amount of crap that was on my pointer the other day.
Yeah. It keeps mud off, but not clay. Clay is like toffee. It is down south for me. Ange, hi Ange. Disabled digger, I rarely detect due to a spinal problem and arthritic knees, but take an interest in what hubby Derek Sherman finds. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely, that is. That's nice.
Well, when we went to the
well, it's not nice. He's disabled, but it's nice.
Ministry of Detect Dig, Shane, myself, Ben, Ricardo, did Ron come? No, and Steve. We actually met Anne and I'm trying to say Derek, and it's not. Oh, it is Derek. I was trying not to say Dennis. We met Ange and Derek there, and Ange came a little bit later, and because of a back and what have you, and she walked around with Derek all day.
Lovely. Matthew J. Kent, sandwich bag. What sandwiches?
Over your shoes, I think.
Yep, and the other one is go and wish and buy shower caps to put over your coil, because I had a bit of a mare at the weekend with the Manticore coil. Actually, come to think of it, I've had more with Mind Labs than any other machine getting clag on the coil.
Can you not just put WD-40 on your things? Why?
It's something about clay. Mud isn't a problem, but clay seems. That's why they use it for pots in Roman times.
I'm just on Amazon looking at silicone spray. It's quite costly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very costly. Silicone spray. But yeah, I've tried it all. There is something I'm testing at the moment for Treasure Hunting magazine, a company who have produced a spray that so I was just thinking, because I sprayed my boots with it on Saturday, and my wife said, "What's all that over the floor outside?" This is
what colour was it?
Bench. What colour? Like milky colour.
So you sprayed milky goodness everywhere.
Well, she said, "What's that?" It's like dripping milk stuff on the path out the front of our house. But I'm trying that at the moment, and it's a British company who've produced something. And like all things, whether it's a metal detector, a spade, or pinpoint or whatever, I will not use it for a week or a month and say, yeah, it's great or it's really bad. 3 months minimum, absolute minimum. And that's something which is really, I shouldn't upset people, but there's a lot of YouTubers and people out there now saying how good and how bad and how great the Manticore is, the Xterra Pro. You can't tell after a month, for God's sake. You know, I'm sorry, but this time of year, you know, there's not a lot of fields available. It's wet. You need dry ground. You need frosty ground. You need wet ground. You need the whole year. And I test machines for Treasure Hunting magazine, like you know, Dave, and I make sure I proper use that in all seasons. It's like buying a car, isn't it? Oh, it's great on the road, and then as soon as it snows, flipping out, you're off it and you're hitting a roundabout. And it's something that I think I've forgotten completely what I was talking about, but I was saying that if you test something and people are spending their good-earned money on it, you need to make sure that you've tested it thoroughly. And I don't think you can test a metal detector, even if you detect every day for a month, which I very much doubt people do, and write a review. You need to go through the seasons, 100%. Same as pinpointers. I know for a fact, I won't say the name or the brand, but one pinpointer has trouble in really cold weather, like 0 degrees, -1. It has problems, but I won't say what the name make is. Anyway, it's 3 minutes.
And I sprung it on Adrian last week because we said we were going to launch it last week. So I realised it was there and threw it at Adrian. Did we enjoy Deep Penetration, where we penetrated into the psyche of that lovely Mr. Julian Evan Hart last week, who likes it moist, by the way?
Yes.
Just point out. Did we like Deep Penetration? We're not going to use it very often, but for certain guests who we feel we'll raise a cheer and it'll be game for a laugh us doing it. What did you think of deep penetration? Anybody has any questions, so we can have some generic deep penetration questions. Please
deep
send them over.
Questions.
Send them over. So we've actually got a list of deep penetration questions because we were doing it on the spur of the moment last week, weren't we, friend?
We certainly were, and it was a last minute thing.
It wasn't last minute, it was last second. Oh, look, it's there. Let's throw it. So if anybody, send them obviously me on Facebook or Adrian at bigdetectingshow.com.
Why is it always me? I always
what?
Deepens what type of
what's always you?
Why have they got to email me?
I said send them to me on Facebook because my emails are crap. I never get them.
Oh yeah. Well that's the problem.
I use Outlook and I don't ever get a notification say I've got an email. Will you tell me what I should be using? I'll set it up.
Well, I'll send you a new. I'll tell you what it is. No, I won't because we're on the show. But there's an email client that's open source and it's really good.
I've got Mail Spring on my bloody computer that doesn't work, and I've got something else, Thunderbird or Thunderfart on my bloody laptop that doesn't work, and I've got Outlook on here that don't work.
Deep Penetration, is this the heavy metal band? No, it's Deep Questions.
Whoa. Hold on, Adrian, hold on.
Yeah.
Deep penetration.
Owen Bailey, very probing and invasive. It has potential to be quite a deep element of show. Adrian, do you get a lot of emails with No, but I want them.
Yes, please make all deep penetrations questions and send them to Adrian directly. One of them was one of the kids in one of my climbing sessions who fell off, put his arm out, fell forward, and put his head through his arm and snapped it. I've got photos. But he's very random, is Philip, isn't it? Nice. But no.
Philip.
Oh, right, I'm with you. So airport security detectors. I know some people who take copies of X-rays with titanium pins in their arms, and one of them was, got you. I don't follow the thread. I don't follow my own bloody mind. Never the thread. Anyway, Adrian, it's 9:30. Have you got any last bits?
Owen Bailey, he said it could be a deep element of the show. And I know people, thank you for watching tonight and everything. But it would be good to have a serious aspect of the show, which deep penetration could be. Like, what do you think of this brand? Or why do you have this brand? Or
so we can lull them into a false
sense of security.
We can lull them into a false sense of security by saying something about moisters and then get them with the next one.
Yeah, like, why are you single still? You're 48.
Or what we could do, we could have two different types of questions. And if somebody's expecting us to ask them nice questions about the hobby, we throw in the saucy Banks ones. And if it's like Digger Dawn, who's going to expect the saucy ones, she's going to get the ones.
Yes. Why do you like Garrett?
Oh.
Why are you on your own? Why aren't you married when you've got like 50 million followers on Facebook? And she's probably met a rich oil tycoon in Texas who said, I want to marry you. You're English. In that sort of accent. So
where was she from? Dartford?
No, Texas. But I had a cousin in Texas actually. Yeah. So it could be a serious part of the show.
Gareth Howard's done it again. Lull them into a false sense of security, then ask them if they have an innie or an outie belly button.
That's a good question. Actually.
I'm just going to write that down.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Gareth, right, Adrian, what?
He should come on the show, shouldn't he?
Yeah, Gareth, come on the show. Well, I'm Philip Wills.
Or voice-wise, not visually. He could
Yeah,
come
send
on
us a voicemail on
bigdetectingshow.com. If you go on there and people watching, if you've got any bugs or gripes, which no doubt you have, if you go on the bigdetectingshow.com, I'll show them. Shall I, David?
Or if you have any ideas for the show, or if you want to become a guest on the show, or if Adrian shows you the website.
There's somewhere.
Oh, there's that lovely Chris fella. Ta-da!
Leave us a message. And all you have to do is just click there and say, I like Dave's hairstyle. You click stop. Oh, ignore that. Click stop. And you don't have to put your name. You don't have to put your email. But it will email us that message to us. And simple as.
Ta-da!
So you can just say, can I go in Gareth's loft?
Will Way. Loft Wars.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We could pit the Bulldog, the Tasmanian Devil, Tony Kaywood, against the lean, mean fighting machine in his budgie smugglers, Gary Cook, in Loft Wars.
Yeah, who'd win?
Ooh.
And they're using detectors as weapons. So Tony Kaywood.
And they're doing it in just loincloths and oil.
Yeah, Rootus Atrex against the XP Deus 1. Who would use in a battle? That'd be quite, because Tony's got.
And on that note, it's like 11:15 now.
I think that'd be quite good, actually. That is very, very
Loft.
good.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah. We will and it'll be a picture of Gary in Speedos and a picture of Tony, like on the floor because he has trouble. Yeah, and shafts across. Yeah, thank you. Loft Wars, I like that.
Right. Same time same place next week. If Diggadorn should be with us after her if she hasn't still got air sickness or whatever it's called when you're sleepy. What's it called? Travel. Oh, he's gone. He's off. He's trying to look cool. There he is. Right, everybody. We will see you next week for Tony Kaywood versus Gary Cook in the Big Detective Show.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Thanks for watching. It would be worth doing it if it wasn't for you, especially some of the comments that we get to see. So thanks very much. Good night, everybody. Fare thee well.